Hi everyone, welcome to my new makeover tutorial. Today's inspiration is Barbara Palvin's look from the most recent Cannes Film Festival. It's elegant, structured and timeless, and I really wanted to recreate it in my own way. If you missed my previous transformation inspired by Elsa Hosk, you can still find that video on my YouTube channel. Now, let's begin this look, starting with skincare of course. I always prep the skin first and give it a few minutes to let the products fully absorb before moving on. Once the skin is ready, I begin with the eyebrows. I brush them through and shape them with a brow gel, allowing it to dry before filling in any sparse areas with a pencil for a soft, natural definition. Next, we move on to the skin. For this look, I decided to mix two foundations, McGrath's Skin Fetish and Chanel Les Beiges Water Fresh Tint. Together, they create a very light, skin-like finish with a soft, natural glow. I really love how this combination looks on camera and in real life, luminous but never heavy. Once the brow gel has set, I softly fill in the brows with a pencil to define the shape further. Then I move on to concealer. First, I use a peach tone concealer from Givenchy to neutralize any dark circles. This step really helps brighten the under eye area. After that, I go in with a lighter concealer to add a bit more coverage and highlight. Now, it's time for bronzer. I'm using the Patrick Ta She's Bronzed Cream Bronzer, which has become one of my go-to products. The tone is perfect and the texture blends beautifully into the skin. I apply bronzer not only on the cheekbones and forehead, but also around the eyes to softly define the shape and give more harmony to the entire face. This way, the warmth looks like it naturally belongs everywhere, not just in one area. For blush, I'm using a cream blush, applying it gently with a damp beauty blender to keep the finish soft and fresh. To set everything in place, I'm using the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder from Charlotte Tilbury. Just a light touch to lock in the cream products without losing their natural glow. Next, we'll move on to the eyes. As a base for the eyeshadow, I'm using a golden tone cream shadow from Lancôme. I always start with a cream base like this before applying any powder shadow. It helps everything stay in place longer and adds depth to the color. On top of that, I'm applying powder shadows from one of my favorite palettes. This one is from Surratt. It's my go-to when I want to create very natural eye looks. The textures are incredibly soft, matte but silky, and they blend beautifully on the skin. It's a luxury palette, but honestly worth every cent. Now it's time for eyeliner. First, I use a dark brown pencil to gently define between the lashes and to sketch out a small wing. Starting with brown makes it much easier to correct any mistakes, since it's softer and blends more naturally into the skin tone. Once I'm happy with the shape, I layer black eyeliner on top. This way, I can follow the guide I already created with a brown pencil. This technique is great if you want a precise but still soft winged liner. The eyeliner will be the key accent in this look. The rest of the makeup stays fresh and natural, but the liner adds just a touch of drama and elegance. To complete the eye makeup, I apply false lashes, especially important when you're doing a black wing. They balance the look and make it feel finished. While the lash glue is drying, I move on to lips. I start by defining the lips with a pencil in the shade Cappuccino from Wycon. Then I softly blend the line with a lip brush, just to keep the shape soft and diffused. Over that, I apply a lipstick from Yves Saint Laurent. It has a beautiful, luminous finish that pairs perfectly with the lip pencil. It's such a lovely combination. Polished, but still soft and fresh. As a final touch for the eyes, I apply mascara to blend the natural lashes with the false ones. At this point, the makeup is done. I'll just add a few finishing touches later. Now, let's start with the hair. I'm going to create a high ponytail using clip-in extensions. But first, I need to prepare a smooth base. For that, I'm applying Aircraft from R&Co to the roots. It really helps with control and texture. Once it dries, it gives a soft matte, almost velvety finish that's perfect for slick ponytails. I comb all the hair up into one point and secure it in a tight, high ponytail. Because I want to create that signature lifted base, like a small padding, I add some volume using a piece I cut from a bun donut. I place it above the ponytail to create a lifted effect and a better structure for the extensions. Now, I didn't have a ready-made ponytail extension, so I'm experimenting with what I have. Just classic weft extensions. I clip them in piece by piece, wrapping them around the base to build volume. Honestly, this is the first time I'm trying this exact method, so it's not perfect, but it's all about experimenting. Since I was working with separate wefts, the base of the ponytail was a bit visible. To hide it and finish the look, I took a small section of hair, braided it, and wrapped it around the base, fixing it with a few bobby pins. This not only helped to cover the clips, but also added a really nice detail that made the whole hairstyle more elegant and polished. Now I'm working with the ponytail itself. I smooth it using a round brush and a blow dryer. To be honest, it would have been easier to do this step before adding the extensions. But now I just take my time and work carefully. I trim the ends slightly to give a cleaner, fuller shape and then curl them outwards using a 25mm curling iron just to give that signature red carpet, lifted ponytail vibe. And here's the final result. I really love how it turned out, and I hope you do too. What do you think about this look? Let me know in the comments. And maybe you have an idea for the next red carpet makeover. Tell me whose look you'd love to see recreated. Don't forget to show some love, hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss my next tutorials, because the next one is going to be really exciting too. See you soon, and thank you for watching.